Alright guys, so before I start, if you're somebody who's new to my channel, you have direct access to be able to speak to my team members here. If you have any questions related to education, job, any small to the biggest doubts, you can reach out to us on our social media, which is through Facebook, through Instagram, through emails, through our website. So what happens is, first of all, there is no money involved, okay? So you do not have to pay any money to get your queries clarified. You simply have to go on our website, jnmeducation.com, go on the registration tab, register yourself, book an appointment for yourself, and there'll be somebody from here will get back to you. Very simple, straightforward, no money involved. What's up, BEATNIKERS? Welcome back to my channel once again. If you're new here, consider subscribing because I feel that my goal is to bring in the most delicious thinking and enhance your intellect to escape velocity. Let's start today's day. It's a bit cold outside. Temperature is like -2, -1. Anyway, so today's video is not about education. This video is actually from 2 days before. I met my friend from ESMT. Her name is Dimi. So we just started talking about like, what do you miss about US? What do you miss about India? Yeah, this is what you're gonna see. That I thought, like, why not to just go ahead and record. It's a very short video, nothing too much in detail. Probably we're gonna have more videos on this topic in future. Not for now. Alright guys, so I'm sitting here with Demi. Just to give you a quick background, if you have recently subscribed my channel, we did an ESMT video. ESMT is a business school in Berlin, one of the top one, I would say. I mean, she wouldn't agree, but I can tell you.
It is, but I'm trying to be humble, you know?
Yeah, she's like, out of respect, like, no, I don't want to scream, but inside I'm screaming out loud, like, how best
it's a good
ESMT
school,
is.
yeah.
Today's video is about what differences do we find it, or probably miss it, as soon as we come abroad.
The first thing here, like, that was kind of a culture shock is Amazon. I mean, like, in the US, I use Amazon for everything, like toothpaste, socks, I don't know, dog food, fruits. And here, I can't find anything on Amazon. Like, it's so weird. The convenience is so different, you know?
Okay, but would you not miss the fun of going to supermarkets, you know, with your friends? And
I mean, okay.
Yeah, convenience is one part, but then...
Dude, when it's like winter here, you don't want to leave your house. You want things to come to your door, you know? And like the strangest thing is, let's say you order something on Amazon and you're not home, your neighbor gets your package. Like, what the heck? What if they just take it and they never give it back to you, you know? Like in the US, they just like leave it in that area for you. But here, they give it to your neighbor. Have you had that experience before?
Yes. Just for you guys, what she's saying, like, if they don't find you at home, they would give it to neighbors.
Imagine like knocking on your neighbor's door. You don't know any German. You're like, hi, meine Amazon, yeah, here, you know?
I think for me, one of the loudest point which screams on my face is our food.
Okay.
I miss our food so much. There are like 400 plus Indian restaurants, almost every corner. But again, do these restaurants serve the food what we want? No.
It's not authentic, right?
No.
I've heard,
most of them, like, you know, very Europeanized version. But again, my point is, food is something which is very dear to us.
Okay.
Irrespective of where we go outside India, we carry all our stuff with us.
All the spices in the bag.
There's a section for that, always.
Oh my god, you know, speaking of which, I had someone get me mangoes from India. Like, there was a lady in Berlin.
Alfonso mangoes.
Yeah, Alfonso mangoes, yeah. I had a mango lady from India, and she would bring them into Amsterdam in Berlin. The best mangoes ever, man. Amazing, seriously. So.
Okay, what's next for you?
Well, since you brought up the point about supermarkets, I do go to supermarkets here, of course, but like compared to the ones in the States, the supermarkets here are so small and cozy.
Oh yeah.
Like you're in and out in 20 minutes, whereas in the States, you have aisles and aisles of everything you need, everything. So
that's so true. Like,
I kind of miss that, yeah.
Right? Like if you need something really urgent, hell no, you're not getting in US then. Like you really need to know, otherwise.
That's where Amazon comes in.
Yeah, that's where Amazon comes in, just to make things faster.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
Also, here, if you've noticed, like when you're at the counter, they're whizzing the thing off.
It's an Olympic sport. Right? Seriously.
It's like we're talking about Germany, all right? When you go to the counter, cash counter, the guy sitting or the girl sitting behind the counter is whizzing the hell out of that, and you have to be super fast.
Yeah.
Super fast, like, and you should also carry your own bag, otherwise you pay for the bag.
Yeah, I don't know how it is in India, but like for us, the cashier also puts the things in the bag.
Oh yes, in the US, I had a friend. He was also talking about like there they put everything. Like good.
They do it, yeah. I had that job once, you know. Like.
Okay. I think this is also a point. Like you know, here customer service is like not so.
It's not existent, man.
Like, there's no existence.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude, but yeah.
Let's be real. Let's be real. Come on.
There's no such thing called customer service at all. Like if you go to a restaurant, I'm scared that waiters might punch my face
for ordering.
for ordering or for being disrespectful to. Otherwise, in India, people are very authoritarian.
Okay.
I'm paying money, you should serve me. It's more like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it how is it in the US?
I mean, in the States, we're very tip based, so you do have to be nice because the nicer you are, the more you'll get a nice tip. It's expected to tip anyway, but the amount depends on how nice you are.
Right.
What about in India? Is it a tip-based culture there, or?
I think in US, but it's 10% of the bill, right?
15% minimum, usually 20%. Yeah.
Okay. So we don't have such a thing, but out of courtesy and respect, we do give
extra.
out. But there's no thing called percentage-wise.
Ah, okay. It's just whatever.
If you
round
feel
up.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We usually round up. It's 95. We give 100 away.
Okay.
If it's more or less. But in Germany also there is no such thing called minimum tip. What do you give? I've always given out round up.
You round up, exactly.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. You're not giving away 20% of your But at the same time, there's no service anyway, so it's kind of
that's so
you pick and choose what you.
The other point for me, what I've noticed, the relationships what people have. With their families. Forget about not boyfriend girlfriend, but usually I'm talking about close, tight-knit relationship between family. Kids move out of their house at a very early stage, and then they totally live two separate lives. While parents don't have any idea. I mean, they would have where their kid is, but then what is really happening? So that is something which huge in our culture.
It's
with
a
family,
right? It doesn't happen often.
Oh no! I mean, no. We're very close to our family, and willingly we would never leave them.
Oh, that's cute.
It's
it's nice to have something like that. In the States, it's different, of course. It depends where you come from, but I totally understand the Indian point of view.
I think in US there's a lot of immigrants, right?
Yeah.
They come with their own culture there.
Yeah.
And they make it Americanized there.
Yeah,
right?
For me, I'm not allowed to move out. This is my first time living in Berlin, only because I'm paying for myself, but I have friends that have moved out for college and ever since never got back home.
Your father comes from Greece.
Yeah.
And you grew up in US.
Yeah, exactly. Right. One very cool thing that is in New York specifically, but also all around the US, which kind of relates to your food thing, the neighborhoods of different cultures. So in Berlin, it's German, Turkish, and Vietnamese. But where's the Chinese? Where's the Japanese? Where's the Greek? Where's the Italian? I really miss having cultural neighborhoods where you can try authentic food.
Right.
I went to this ramen place in Berlin, and it was the best ramen in Berlin, but it was the worst ramen I had in my life. No flavor whatsoever. The Japanese would be very, very offended by it. It was really bad. So I kind of missed out about the States having a little bit of everything in an authentic way.
Right.
Even Indian food. I mean,
you
will know more than me, but.
Do you think Americans always hang out with Americans here?
No, I mean, I don't have any American friends. There are some people I met online through groups, but I don't really have American friends to go out with. There's one person from my job that I met a few weeks ago that I spoke to one time. But I think here, when we come to Berlin, we like to be in foreign groups.
Okay.
My best friends are from Berlin, from Taiwan, from Istanbul, so.
Right.
What about for you?
It's
Indians?
I think it is. Indians are always mostly Indians. That is one kind of people I've seen. Then there's other kind of people who don't want to hang out with Indians.
Okay.
They want to be extremely international.
Okay.
Right? But majority I've seen Indians roaming with Indians. I think they come with a lot of probably, I don't know if you've noticed that, but your school doesn't have much, there's no cluster of people coming from one region.
But yeah, that's true. But in the class of 89, we do have around 12 or 13 Indians. And sometimes I do see that they spend time together, maybe cooking, and maybe some other people from different cultures are trying to get into that Indian group, to cook together, go out for food, events like Diwali and everything.
Right.
So I could kind of see that too.
This is where it comes from, we feel good within ourselves.
Yeah.
On one side, it is okay for you, but then on the other side, if you don't network, when you don't go out and speak to people from other nations, how would you clear your prejudice about certain things?
True.
You have to broaden your horizons. If you travel abroad tomorrow, again, this is a very subjective answer what I'm talking now.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't
One person's
really,
experience.
Exactly. So it is my opinion on this point.
So it's cool to have international groups like learning, you know.
So much.
Yeah, you learn so much.
So much.
And it's for free, right? Free
It
education.
is. It is. It is a life lesson what you actually educate yourself that how do Koreans think, how do Japanese think, how do people whom you hate go and talk to them probably if you find them across like you know, any nation, you know.
Yeah, true.
If you have things. So you're coming this far not just for education, but you're coming here to grow as a human being also.
The full cultural experience.
Exactly.
Right?
Like, you know, even though I was in last video I was talking to my audience that you have to be the brand ambassador of where you come from, right? And try to be the best, right? And when you go out to the international meetups, this is where you actually people would be curious, like, oh, India, you know.
That's where associations happen, right?
This is the point what I'm talking about, you know. So yeah. All right, guys, that's it from our side. Probably this was the shorter one, or I don't know how big this video got. But thanks a lot for coming.
Thanks for having me.
So we're gonna be back soon with another topic, probably more on the work side, a bit more. She's doing an internship in one of the companies here.
Working student now.
Working student, soon to be probably an employee.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. But we're gonna come up with more relevant, specific to students thing, yeah, or working class people. Cool. Then on this note, I would like to say goodbye, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.